such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy him rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
So we get a lot of questions from our viewers. We thought today we'd take some time and answer a few of them.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yep.
Okay, so here's one. And I love this question. It says, it's from Sarah in Charlottesville.
Okay.
And she writes, Dear Paige and Gretchen, I am a huge fan of MommyCast and have been listening and watching almost since the beginning. You cover so many different topics, and I'd love to know where you get all of your ideas. Our families.
My life. My life is my idea.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I used to keep a journal or try to keep a journal, but now it's like I make a little mental note to talk about it.
Because
this
is now our journal,
right?
The journal of our family,
our great grandchildren, and they'll all be going, oh,
right,
that's what happened.
But I think Paige has 5 kids, and so she's always got some story that she walks into the show with
every day. It's crazy.
I'm more of a news junkie, and so I will see things on the news or in the newspaper or in a magazine that I think is a really important topic that we need to talk about. So
that's where we get our ideas, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Life.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, here's one from Karen, a mom in Chicago, and she says, I'm just curious, you have 7 kids between the two of you, and the ages range from little ones to teens. Which age do you think is the most challenging?
Teenager. No question.
Yeah. I think every parent thinks that the stage that they're in at the moment is really hard. But I can
they
tell
all
you.
have their challenges, but they all have their joys, too.
Right.
I mean, there's no question about it.
Are you still looking for the joy in the teen years, or what?
No, I mean, there is joy because you're really seeing the evolution of the person.
Yeah, they're becoming who they're going to be, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I have this theory where you have, when they're little, it's hard because there's this sleep deprivation, and they, when they're toddlers, they want to be independent, and there's, just, it's all new and everything, and you're adjusting your life. And then there's middle period of time, which is like the quiet, like the eye of the storm kind of thing, where it's quiet. And then you hit the teen years where it's like everything you went through a toddler, except now
Bigger.
They can drive.
Yeah.
And now they can date.
Right. I mean, our oldest are 16.
Right.
My son just started driving. And, the first day that he drove away with not either one of us in the car was...
You cried?
I didn't cry, but I was very fearful. But it's all the same stuff, sleep deprivation because they're out late at night now with friends, and you're worried about
with a
them.
car.
And now they're mobile, just like when they started walking and running. Now they're driving,
right.
and wanting to be independent and do things themselves. Well, they're wanting to do that even on a grander scale. So I think the teenage
for
years
us right now, it's the teenage years.
Yeah, and they're also facing life in college, and
all the decisions they're making now can affect the future.
But on the other hand, there is a lot of joy because you really see the evolution of who they are. This question, it says, it's no secret that raising kids can be expensive. Don't I know that? A number of moms wrote in after our shows on money saving moms and college savings to offer more tips. And some had questions about how much of the advice our experts shared we have taken ourselves.
Everything.
Really, when
that
we
happens
bring,
a lot with all of our shows.
I think so, but when we bring experts onto our show, it's because we want to know, basically.
True, yeah.
We feel like we're very similar to who the audience that watches our show.
Right.
And so we feel like if we're interested and we want to know, then there's probably a lot of other moms that want to know too.
No, my husband got an earful after we had the college one.
Oh, really?
Saving for college.
Saving for college is something that everybody is worried about.
Yeah.
And has to, and we are there. We're 2 years away from our kids, from our oldest going off to college.
Okay, I got another one. Here's one from Elizabeth in Syracuse, New York. Dear Paige and Gretchen, you both seem so good-humored about parenting, do we? Okay. How do you manage to keep it all together so well? Do I look like I'm together to you?
We don't. We don't. I try. I think we've been very honest on our show with letting people know that things
I'm so imperfect.
Have been very hard, and we're not perfect parents.
I think it makes other people feel better to know.
I
always feel better if somebody admits that they're a worse parent than me. I always feel better about myself.
Well, and our children remind us every day how imperfect we are.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me at all.
Taylor's like, why am I the guinea pig? Because
you're the oldest.
Yeah.
Get over it. What I found from 16 years of parenting is that I ebb and flow. You know, there's times when I feel like I got it together, and there's times when I'm like, what? I was supposed to show up for what?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody needs to be picked up?
Right.
It's pretty bad.
But I also think it's really important that your kids understand that
you're
you're
human?
not perfect and that you are human, and that, you know, you have feelings and you have the ability to make mistakes and to atone for your
Did
problem,
I
your
tell you about the
mistakes.
time when I was pregnant and everything broke? Like the washing dryer broke, and then there was a flood in the bathroom upstairs that leaked through the kitchen, and you know, it was just, and my husband was gone, and I was pregnant with the fourth, and I fell onto the couch crying and told the kids they could eat candy for dinner. And Maddie actually threw a package of hot dogs at me. He was like 2. He's like, cook. And I was like, I'm sorry. I gotta fall apart. But you know what? People do that. You fall apart, and it's okay. You pick yourself up and do better next
That's
time.
what families are all about too, I think.
That's what I
Yeah.
think. I'm also.
Anyway, here's another question. This is from a mom in Seattle.
Okay.
She wants to know which of our shows we think are the most important for a new mom to watch.
Okay. What do you think?
Well, I think there's a lot, actually,
Right.
and I think that's one of the things about MommyCast. We've done enough shows that if you go and you search for a topic that you're really particularly interested in,
Right,
you're
you
probably
find
going
what's
to find
relevant.
something. But, I think definitely the safety shows, like the car seat safety, the
The baby proofing. I learned
Yeah.
so much. This whole summer, I spent like doing a lot of that, you know,
Right.
going, making projects to go and get a lot of that stuff taken care of. I learned a lot of stuff I'm doing wrong.
Well, but I would agree with you. I think the safety shows, because that information changes all the time and the equipment changes all the time. And I think people need to stay current.
Right.
And so when we're bringing in experts that are, you know, cutting edge right now, this is the way it is. We have a series on MommyCast called New Beginnings Series.
Right. Yes.
Sponsored by State Farm. And I would suggest that people go and check out that whole series.
Right. It's great.
If you're a new mom. So thanks for watching.
And to see all of our shows, check out our website, mommycast.com.